Hey, what's up guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Avengers Infinity War Build-A-Figure movie Thanos right here. And actually, as you see, I got the first Thanos Build-A-Figure with the new movie head. It actually fits on pretty well. So if you wanted a Thanos with the suit on, no helmet on, there you go. Even though it's more of a comic book look with a movie head, it still fits in pretty well, it's not bad. We'll get a more close-up of that later. But first off, let's build this guy. When I have a Build-A-Figure to build, I like to inspect all the joints first before I put it together. You know, kind of loosen them up. They've been in the box for a while, see how they feel. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And not bad. Alright, so this should be pretty quick and painless, so let's get the body going right here. We'll start with the legs first, of course. And we'll pop this one on, make sure it's the right one. There you go. Solid. Next one. Now I know a lot of people didn't care for this Build-A-Figure of Thanos, thought it looked pretty weird, but I actually didn't think so. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty interesting also. I know people hated the face. See how it goes. It's not that bad in my opinion. I always look at the brighter side of things. I don't know. I guess I'm an optimist. I don't know. Nice click. Feels pretty good. There was one feels tight. Let's see how this goes. Not bad. There we go. And let's get the head on, huh? And we are done. Alright guys, so here he is all put together, and I have to say I love this figure. He is fantastic. I don't care what the haters say. He looks awesome. He's huge, he is large, he is in charge, man. And the head sculpt, I know people didn't like it. I love it. He has a nice smirk on his face. Why wouldn't you be smiling? You are the baddest man in the universe. You can't stop me. That's the kind of look he has on him. Why wouldn't you be smiling? Exactly. Alright, so before we get into the review, let's get into all the possible size comparisons we can do because he deserves it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for, right? And I'm going to do a nice long one, so stay tuned, sit back, and relax. Alright, so first for size comparisons, we have the original Thanos figure right here. The Build-A-Figure, actually. This is more comic book based, not bad looking overall. And we have a SH Figure Arts Hulk, which is my favorite Hulk in my collection, so I'm using him. Overall, it looks pretty good. You know, he's a lot bigger compared to the older comic book Thanos, which is fine. These two, I think, stack up pretty well. Overall, they're around the same size, or height at least. Obviously, Hulk is a little bit more muscular, a little bit bigger, which is fine with me too. Both very imposing though, so that's always a good thing. I don't want Thanos to be bigger than Hulk, so I think this is pretty good overall. And right here is a nice side view of them. Overall, you know, like I said before, the Hulk and Thanos are about the same height, give or take, but the Hulk definitely has more muscle on him, a little more size, but, you know, still very comparable between these two right here. Alright, next up right here we have Thor from the 2-pack, we have the new Captain America figure, and we have a Figma Iron Man because this is my favorite one right here, but pretty much is always around the same height anyway. Overall, Thanos is just huge compared to them, which is pretty much how he should be, and everything looks pretty good to me. Next up right here, we have Black Panther and we have Doctor Strange, two mere men compared to this god right here. Next up, we're going to go to the Guardians now. So first off, we have the first movie version of Drax right here. We have the second movie version of Rocket right there, and this is actually the Build-A-Figure piece for Groot from the first movie as well. Next up right here, we do have the second movie version of Star-Lord. However, I'm using a first movie head right there because mine didn't have a beard or mustache, so I like that a little better. And be honest, I don't like the movie version of Gamora, the figure that is. I do like this one, so I'm going to stick this one in there as a size comparison. Next up right here, we have the Iron Spider right here, which is a okay figure. And right here we have Winter Soldier. Now for another size comparison, this is a fun one because they're all pretty big guys. So this is a Build-A-Figure of Rhino right here, and we have the new Colossus right there. And I think, you know, for fun, throwing it out there, see how they all stack up next to each other. Alright, now getting back to business, here are some Loki figures. This one is from the Thor Ragnarok movie. This is from the Avengers movie right here. All of them without their helmets, that's how they look. And here is civilian Loki right here in civilian clothes. Next up right here, we have the Figma Hulk with some armor right there, and we have my bootleg Vision figure right here. And actually, it was just announced a couple of days ago, I think it was at Toy Fair maybe, I don't know what it was from, but there will be a 2-pack of Vision and Scarlet Witch from the movie, so that'd be pretty cool. Alright, now let's have some fun right here. Even though he is a movie character sculpt, he could still pass as a comic book one anyway. So here he is with the new Superman figure right here, and we have Gladiator. Next up right here, we have Captain America and Iron Man, both comic book based figures right here. Doesn't look that bad. I think they could pass, you know, if you want to pose them together, fighting alongside some comic book characters. I don't think THANOS looks too out of place at all. Next up we have Thor and Odin's son right here, boy and girl. This is kind of a custom work in progress I'm working on of Thor right there. Now next up we have some average based figures from Marvel Legends. We have Spider-Man right here, and we have Deadpool in his hood. Next up we have the gods. We have Ares right here and Hercules. Two pretty big guys as well, but as you can see THANOS is still bigger than them. And since we could not get Darkseid in the Justice League movie, Superman and Batman will have to settle for THANOS, a movie version at least. So this looks pretty good actually. You know, they're all movie version figures, so not bad. Don't worry, we are almost done. So here are the 2 Captain America figures that I have in my collection, which I do like a lot. So they're movie versions, so here they are side by side with THANOS. And last but not least, we have Midnight right here, which is part of the same wave to build THANOS right here. And she's a big girl right there, to be honest. Man, look at her go. And right here we have Hela. And I don't know what they're going to do in the future movies with her. I don't know if they will have a connection with THANOS at all. I hope they do. It'd be pretty cool. But here she is right there. And next up right here, we have some of the other figures that are in this wave that you have to buy to make THANOS. So here they are. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't care for them. I don't care about them. Taskmaster is okay. He looks pretty good at the minute, but I don't mind the first Taskmaster that came out because I do like the more modern look of the armor and stuff like that. But yeah, here they are. Alright guys, I hope that was enough size comparisons for you. I went a little bit all out on that one, so I hope you enjoyed it. But let's talk about the figure finally. I want to talk about the outfit first. I like the outfit. I know it's a little bit different from what we're used to seeing for THANOS, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense because for one thing, he is coming to Earth. He is coming to balance the universe. You're gonna come to fight. You know, you gotta have to take off all the gloves, minus this one, but you know what I mean. You know, getting nice and comfortable. You're taking off your jacket, taking off all your stuff. You're ready to throw down. So I understand the look, and of course, it's a little bit different. I know a lot of people need to adjust to it, but I still like it. It looks pretty good overall. So let's get more close and personal with it. Alright, so I'll get into the head scope afterwards, but looking at the body himself and the armor he's wearing right now, I like it a lot. I love the texture on this. It looks fantastic. You know, the outfit looks comfortable. You know, he looks like he's ready to fight. Light armor is all he needs. So it looks pretty good. Over here, he has some nice, kind of a gold, silver looking design over the top right here. It looks pretty good right there, but the texture is all over the place, even on the chest, the front of the body, the back as well. As you can see right there. This part right here is kind of like, I'm not going to call it a belt, but I don't know what you want to call this, but it does move. It is a separate piece right here, so you could maneuver it a little bit to straighten it up if you want to. This part is that goldish silver color right there as well. Going down here, he has pants on. He definitely has some pants on, some nice alien pants right there. Right here he has some knee pads. Nice design right there. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be a T. I don't think so, but there it is. And his boots. Big boots. He does have some different textures on his arm. And his arms are pretty much plain, but he does have some lines here, which is pretty much part of his skin, I guess. So that's something to look at and something interesting. He also has it in the back right here as well, if you can see that. Next up right here, we are taking a look at the Infinity Gauntlet, which has all of the Infinity Stones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there. Looks pretty good. I like this. Definitely has a really nice sculpt to it. Looks really cool. Try to zoom in a little bit more maybe. There you go. Really good texture. Good paint apps also. The hand part and over here are a little bit different shades of gold, but it might not bother you at all because the Infinity Stones on it look pretty nice right there. This one is a little bit bad coloring, but I could fix that myself. Now right here is the inside of his hand. He's making a fist right there. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. Now for the head sculpt. Now I know a lot of people do not like this head sculpt. I've heard different things like it looks like a raisin, it looks like Bill Cosby, which is kind of funny, or even Bruce Willis, who knows. But I like it. You know, it's definitely growing on me since the first time I saw the picture of it. It's not bad looking. He has a smile, has a smirk on it. A lot of people might not like that. I don't care. I like it a lot. Like I said before, when you angle his head down like that, he looks pretty menacing. And like I said before, why wouldn't he be smiling? Just like I said in the trailer, he's here to balance the universe, which puts a smile on his face. And he is, like I said before, the baddest man in the universe. He's going to be smiling because he knows you can't do anything to stop him. So I don't mind that. That looks pretty cool. He has a bald head. I don't know if anyone realized he was bald underneath that helmet, but now we do know. So yeah, there he is. Nice bald head. The eyes are actually pretty nice too. They're a little bit of a purplish red. My camera is showing purple, but in person it looks more of a reddish purple, but maroon, if anything. So it looks pretty nice. Not bad. You don't really see his eyeballs or pupils that much, that is, but it's in there. Kind of high up. Alright, so for articulation right here, he does have a ball joint head on a hinge that goes all the way back about that much. Not bad at all. Pretty good. He does go straight right there, and it goes down all the way like that. So not bad at all. Pretty good. Left and right, no problems there. Doesn't really, it pivots a little bit actually, but not the greatest. His shoulders on hinge joints that rotates. They go all the way around, no problems there. They go up about that much, which is pretty good. Not bad at all. No complaints there. Bicep swivel. 1 point at the elbow. Not quite 90 degrees. Maybe. Let's see this one. Almost 90 degrees, but it could, not that bad actually. I don't really mind that. I don't need him to be touching his like shoulders. He's a big guy anyway. On this hand, he does have a swivel at the wrist and a hinge, which is pretty standard. At this one, he does have that as well in the gauntlet, so you shouldn't have any problems right there too. Swivel and a hinge. Alright, going to ab crunch right here. He goes back a little bit, which is fine, acceptable, no problems there. Going forward, which is pretty good too. He's a big guy. I don't expect him to be that limber, but it's still pretty good as a figure overall. Now going to the waist right here, he has a waist swivel, which is fantastic. No complaints there. At the hips, he has T-jointed hips right there, which is pretty decent. Almost 90 degrees, which is fantastic. A lot better compared to the first one, to be honest. So it's pretty good. It does veer out to the side a little bit, not directly up all the way, kind of. But you might be able to get some good decent seating poses finally, maybe with this figure. Not quite all the way 90 degrees though, so you have to work your way around that. He does have a thigh swivel, of course, right there. 2 points at the knee actually. Is it? Yeah, 2 points at the knee. Can't get the other one to go down right now, but there is 2 points right there. And at the boot, no boot swivel, but at the ankle he has a nice hinge, very nice rotation and range right there with a pivot. So pretty good articulation for a Build-A-Figure. A lot, like I said before, a lot better compared to the first one, which is nice, which is pretty nice and fresh. Alright guys, so like I said before throughout this video, I love this figure. He is fantastic looking. I know a lot of people have their own opinion, mixed opinion on this figure, but just looking at the figure himself as a representation from the movie, in my opinion, it's spot on. The body looks fantastic, the Infinity Gauntlet looks awesome on him. Even though there is some difference in shading, it blends in pretty well, so you don't really notice it anyway. The head sculpt might be the most controversial thing. I like it. Like I said before, he should have a smile. He is the baddest man in the universe, and you cannot stop him. You'd smile too. And you point it down just a little bit, you tilt it down, he looks very menacing right there. So, honestly, if people were mixed on the face sculpt, it really isn't that bad. I like the look too, going over the outfit. I like it. You know, this is something that we're used to seeing, something like this. But I like this a lot. It makes more sense the more you think about it. He's here to throw down some fists, man. He's ready to fight. You'd get comfortable too, right? And yeah, overall, it looks pretty cool. Minor gripes, you want to talk about quality control. I have some white marks right here. I guess when they were doing the sculpting and stuff like that, that's the residue left over. Articulation wise is pretty good. The hips are a lot better on this one compared to the first Thanos figure we had. Not the best, but still really good. So I'm happy with that. And everything else feels pretty good as well. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? You like it? I like it. I'm happy to finally have it. You know, this whole wave was kind of iffy because I bought the whole wave for this figure. I like the Captain America figure. Everything else, I really don't care about. So, but I think it's worth it. I think it's a great figure. I'd be pretty pissed in like a year they just sell this as a single card, which they probably will do, as that seems to be the trend lately. But whatever. Finally have it, and I like it. Alright guys, so that's about it guys. Leave a comment below what do you think about the figure. And alright, so like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want, pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and go to wildlandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!